My father had been at the Lyric Opera House doing what he loved to do best, which was listening to the opera. That particular night, when he got up to leave, he passed out and collapsed on the stairs, and he was transported to this very prestigious hospital in the middle of downtown Chicago. He had pretty much severed his spinal cord when he took the fall, but he was fully alert and oriented, but on the respirator. One thing I'm grateful for is my father, who was a mortician throughout all his life, a funeral director, had made sure that I knew exactly what he wanted and how he wanted to live his life. And of course, when I saw him in that bed with all of the IV pumps and the neck brace and all of the equipment around the bed, I wanted to know, were there any other options, any other things that we could look at? And we looked down all of those roads, and, I spoke with him and said, this is a stabilization of your neck for a 78-year-old man, but you'll spend the rest of your life on a respirator and in bed. And you won't be able to garden like you love to do, or bake bread like you love to do, or make jams, or go out to dinner. And this is what you and Mom and myself and my brother talked about. When it comes to a point where there's no more to be done, what do you want me to do? It was the hardest conversation I've ever had in my life. And he said, I don't want any of this. I don't want to be on this. I want the tube to be pulled out. This is not how I want to live. Even after having that conversation with him, I was torturing myself, like, am I doing the right thing by taking him off the respirator and helping ease his way? Is there something I'm not thinking about? Because in the end, I thought I was making the decision. I talked to his primary care doctor. He knew my dad very well. And this primary care doctor said to me, Mary, this isn't your decision. This is your dad's decision. That was really his gift to you and your brother. As the story turns out, my dad asked to be pulled off of life support, and we agreed that the next day we would do that. So we proceeded with my brother and I being at the bedside and him being taken off the respirator, being given medications to keep him comfortable, and slowly dying. And I can remember stopping and hearing this wailing sound, and my dad's eyes opening up, like right at the last minute, and he just looked at me, and I realized it was me in pain of watching him slip away, but in a way that honored him and the way he wanted to do. And he slowly closed his eyes and passed away. And I think to myself, I was with my mother when she passed away, and I was with my father when he passed away. And because we had those conversations and the strength of some of the clinicians and caregivers, I can honestly say it was a good death. And I'm glad that my brother and I were there. So when I think about how important that gift of an advance directive is to people, while it's not perfect, and no matter how much you prepare for it, it's painful and it's heartbreaking, and you question yourself the entire way. I think that we have to do better in this. We want a good death for people.